Along with that, you need a AAM. What is that? That's the Alien Abduction Manual. So today what I'm going to teach you is how to take your physical therapy clinic and put it on autopilot so that you can go out of town just like I did, off grid, and generate $22,000 in a week or more in your clinic. That's just 1 week this summer that I went out of town with my kids and went back to look and see what did we do. So my name is LeBauer, and I own a cash-based practice here in Greensboro. It's a 100% physical therapy cash-based practice, and I help passionate physical therapists create successful businesses without relying on insurance companies for reimbursement, whether it's a in-network business, a out-of-network business, a combination, a cash, a brick-and-mortar, mobile, telehealth, online business, fitness training, health coaching, etc. If you're here listening to this is how we're going to put your business on autopilot. So before we get going too much further, be sure that you subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you can get notified with more of our videos, and comment below with your questions or your number one takeaway from what you learned today. So how do we put your clinic on autopilot? This is the number one question I've been getting from my mastermind students and people that I've been speaking with lately who are interested in working together. They're either too busy, like I don't want to say too many patients, but 40 patients a week and not enough time. They go out of town and the revenue drops because they're gone and they're not treating patients. That's called trading time for money. We got to get you out of trading time for money, and when you own a clinic, one of the best ways to do that is to set up your clinic on the autopilot system. So I'm going to go through the 3 things that you need and some of the pieces underneath each of those. You know, some of the strategies and software and people and systems that you need to make this all work. So if you want your business to go on autopilot, it's going to allow you to sell. So it's almost like you're getting it ready to sell. It's going to allow you to go on vacation for a week or a month, even manage your business remotely. I had someone recently join my mastermind who has a great business. It kind of fell into his lap and he was like, okay, I'm going to build it up, but I want to move. I eventually see my family growing and living somewhere else. I want to be able to manage my business remotely. I have someone else who has a successful in-network clinic, basically contracting with skilled nursing centers, etc. But he wants to do a coaching and consulting business. And so we have to be able to get his business to run on autopilot so it can continue generating him the hundreds of thousands of dollars every year that it does, while also freeing up his time. Because money comes and goes, time is the only resource you have that you can't get more of. We can give you more time during the week, but I'm almost 46. I can't get an extra 85 years unless something changes in our evolutionary process or medical knowledge. So anyways, how do we put your clinic on autopilot? You need 3 things. You need systems, you need to build a team, and you need software. You actually don't need software, but software is the thing that's going to, these days in 2019 and beyond, software is the thing that's going to make it so much easier. So systems. Businesses are built around systems. Systems run your business, but a great team will run your systems. Software is going to allow these two to do their job really well and allow you as the owner to manage remotely, to be able to see the health of your business when you're out of town on vacation. So some of the systems you need, this is not an exhaustive list, but these are the top ones you need to take your business and put on autopilot. And you may already have a few of these installed in your business. You might just need 1 or 2 more of these, or even 5 to make this whole thing work. So you need a hiring system. As the owner, you can't actually do all the work yourself, especially if you're delivering one-on-one physical therapy or one-on-one coaching. We have to move away from the one-on-one and move to the one-on-many. So one-on-many in physical therapy looks like a PT mill, which is what we're all trying to get away from anyways. If we want to free up our time, early on, you're working hard to get busy, and then once you get busy, then you're spending money. So you're working hard to get busy to generate money, and now once you're busy, you take your money and you trade it back and you buy your time back. And one of the ways you do that is through hiring. We have to have a system for hiring, because I don't want to look at 200 resumes for an admin position. I just want to speak to the top 5 most qualified candidates. I need a training system, because if I'm not living locally, I need to be able to train people without being there, or come in for a few days and have them training. The system for training them, I need to know what to teach them and when to teach them so someone else can actually train them. The last PT I hired, I barely did any of the training. Majority, 80% of the training was done by the other physical therapists in our business. And the videos that I've created, the emails, the training documents, etc. on how do we run our business, how do you do your job as a PT. So you need a hiring system, a training system. Along with that, you need a AAM. What is that? That's the Alien Abduction Manual. You need an Alien Abduction Manual because if this person over here goes out of town or gets sick, gets abducted by aliens, and I got to jump in as the business owner or someone else on the team to do their job, make a phone call, something, I need to know exactly how they do the job. I need to know where to go to find the right form, to enter the right information in, to find the instruction on how to do X, Y, and Z. So we need an Alien Abduction Manual. That's a system. It's not a perpetual system. It's a place such as a spreadsheet. We use Google Spreadsheets. You can use Excel. On a Google Sheet, I'll have what it is and then a link to the training video, what it is, a link to the checklist. You can use also things like Process Street, which is a software. It's not something that we rely on, but you can use something like that to create checklists that are repetitive. You need a marketing system, because what good is going out of town if no new patients come in when you're gone? Let's say you got everything else set up, but you're the only one that brings in new patients. As a business owner, you can't rely on your employees, your physical therapists, to come in and build a practice within your practice. Unless you've empowered them, you can't just rely on them to do it because you are great and they need to be great too. It's your job as the owner to fill their schedule. And so I need a marketing system because I'm going to be out of town. And when we were out of town this past summer, I think we had 6 or 7 new patients come in that week. And I didn't actually call them, talk to them, or go out and rustle them up. You have a marketing system. And then you need a delivery system. You need to deliver your service. So if it's physical therapy, I need a way to deliver the physical therapy service. That comes over here in my team. But I also need to have a system for how do we do it. So my therapists know these are the 3 things that we do. I have another video on the 3 things you need to be doing in your therapy session. You need to listen to your patients, you need to touch them, and you need to empower them. And that's how our sessions go. There's a system and questions and certain things we ask in the evaluations, re-evals, and how we run our treatments, how we recommend our programs, etc. So that's all in the delivery system. Over on the team column, okay, I need to build a team. Who do I need first? Probably the admin. Probably the admin is the first one, because if I hire another therapist, we both get really busy. Well, who's stuck doing all the administrative? Me, because I have to not only train them to treat patients, but now I got to train them to work the computer and do the sales and all that stuff. That's a lot to ask for someone I'm really just hiring to treat patients. So I need an admin. A great admin will save you at least 5 hours a week and an hour a day, if not more, and pay for themselves. So 1 hour gain for me is worth the $15 to $20 it costs me to pay an admin, because saving an hour is worth $250 to me, and it's going to cost me less than $200 a day to hire someone. And if I hire the right person, they're going to give me a huge return on my investment. So you need an administrative assistant. That helps you start buying your time back for things that you don't like to do, so you can focus on the money-making tasks. Then we need to hire a therapist, because believe it or not, as a well-educated doctor of physical therapy, you are a technical person. You have a technical degree, you know a lot, and you're well-educated, but your job can be easily replaced. Right now in our economy, and with the way things go, there's more physical therapy jobs than there are physical therapists, so it's a great time to take a risk, and just know that you and I, even though we may be great at treating patients, we're not the only ones in the world that can be great. We can teach greatness. We can teach skills. Some things we can't teach. I can't teach personality. I can't teach emotional intelligence, but I can kind of develop that. I can't just give it to you, but I need to hire a therapist to deliver the services, because then if I can pay them $50 to $100 a visit, and I'm charging $150 to $250 or $350 or more, if I'm charging more than it costs me to pay them, then now I have not only an hour of time back, but I have some profit that I can use to pay this person's salary. You getting this? And it's my duty as a healer to heal as many people in the world as possible. So can I build up my marketing system so I can hire more PTs who learn the system that I know and I've developed and that you've developed to help people tremendously? Okay, so we need admin and a therapist. There's going to be some other positions in there that you may need eventually. We're going to look to outside. Right now, maybe social media, you hire someone else out to do your social media because you don't like it, it takes too much time. I've got a great bookkeeper and accountant. So I have an outside team members that I pay. I have people who are doing different things for our business, advertising. Someone else runs my Facebook ads. Someone else does. We got the financial advisor, etc. I also need to build a team of mentors, and I would say mentors are great, and people that I put myself around. So there's some friends, guys I went to college with, that one in particular who's crushing it. He's built 4 or 5 very successful businesses. I've got success partners, etc. But I pay mentors and coaches to teach me exactly what to do, when to do it, and give me the shortest line to success, so that I don't have to think about things too much. I can say, hey, based on your experience, what would you do, X or Y? And they'll say, do X, A or B, B, do it. Okay, good, done, I got it. And that's worth it, because we all know trading doesn't have much value, but if I can give them some money and they show me how to double that, if not triple it, 10x it, then I'm getting a huge return on my investment here, because I don't have to worry about my finances, my bookkeeping, here because someone else treats my patients, here because someone else makes the phone calls and cleans the place up and deals with all my emails. I've got all these systems to bring these people in, and now how do I manage this all? Through software. Sure, if I was John D. Rockefeller back in 1902, I remember whenever he was around, and I wanted to be out at the Hearst Castle in California and managing my railroads, how would I do that? Well, I'd probably get a telegram every day with 5 or 6 metrics. All right, and they might be a few days old. It might have been expensive to send a telegram or Morse code or something like that. It'd take a few days to get to me, but no worries. I don't need the information right now. I just need to know what last month was. I need to know what the month before, the trends. How do I do that now? I don't get a telegram. I can log into the internet on my computer or phone and get a great picture. So what do we use? We use AC, Active Campaign. It's my email marketing automations, and CRM, our client relationship management tool. Active Campaign. Active Campaign allows me to automate a big portion of my marketing. It helps me automate some of the delivery. So it'll notify people here about, send the patients a thank you note or call them. It will notify people here about something, and this person can enter a form on Active Campaign to deliver a specific message to our patients. It's marketing. It could be part of this. It can be part of this, and it's definitely part of the hiring. All right, so CH, what is that? That's called Call Hero. By the way, what we're going to do is post some links below here with the resource links for the software we use. Some of them you can get like a free trial, or I think with Call Hero they can, I'll tell you about it, they can figure out where you're losing money by not being able to answer your phones. Active Campaign, you get a free trial. I'll share with you the info on IntakeQ. Google is just straight up Google, but Call Hero, what does that do? Call Hero allows them to see, when are people calling my clinic? When are we not picking up the phone? When we do pick up the phone, what percentage of people are calling to schedule? If they didn't schedule, what was their objection? It'll list the different objections, whether it's price or insurance or I need to think about it, I'll call you back, etc. And I can listen to the recordings, and I can provide my staff with feedback based on how they answered the questions, specifically like the do you take my insurance question. So we can totally see a window into my business and how it's operating through this piece of software here, right here, called Call Hero. Google, we use Google for so much, for marketing, Google Maps, Google Search. We use Google Docs for our EMR. We use Google Forms to trigger different things on spreadsheets, which send information to ActiveCampaign, which helps with our marketing, like a running webinar or running course that we do in person. We will take the list of people, Amber will put it in on a spreadsheet, and they all get sent over to ActiveCampaign. So Google to ActiveCampaign becomes a marketing message that everyone who attended that gets. And then there will be a little trigger from ActiveCampaign to here to call a day later to check in on how they're doing and if they have any extra questions. And there's so many other things here with Google that it does, that Google's so powerful. If you're not utilizing even a quarter of Google's power, you're missing out. You need a Google Maps listing, but you also should be using like Google Drive. We use Team Drive, and Team Drive is one of those things that allows me to put things in there and create stuff, my team to create stuff. If a team member leaves and goes on vacation, gets abducted by an alien, or is no longer with our business, the documents in the Team Drive still belong to the team, so there's no problem changing the ownership of the items in there. I need social media. Like social media itself is a software. So Instagram, Facebook, we use things like Hootsuite so that we can plan out our posts. I would include our website in here. Website isn't really software, but website is a marketing tool, and social media can drive traffic to the website, which then drives phone calls to our business. People will search Google, they'll go on Facebook, they'll end up on our website, which is part of our marketing system. They'll apply for a free total body diagnostic. ActiveCampaign will alert the admin. The admin will call them and then schedule the appointment with the therapist. The therapist will see them, enrollment and plan of care, go back to ActiveCampaign, and it will deliver a thank you message and some information to the patient. And all starting over here. So social media is absolutely important for a lot of reasons, yet you can do a lot of marketing without social media. Intake queue. This is what we use for our, we use it for our intake forms, and we use it for our scheduling. It integrates with Google Calendar, so on my phone I can see my schedule. With our staff, it's HIPAA compliant, etc. And we get, intake queue is a thing that allows us to call patients and send them intake forms that they fill out at home on their own time, which means we save ourselves 20 minutes of pain watching them try to fill this out in the clinic and asking us questions every 5 minutes about, well, blah, 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 it's subjective. Yes, these questions are subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. Mrs. Jones, go ahead and complete it. Intake queue allows us to do scheduling. It also gives me metrics. So intake queue gives me metrics on how full our schedule is, if people are canceling, if they're dropping off, if they're converting from a free visit to a paid and full visit. So I get metrics from intake queue. I get metrics from Call Hero. I get metrics from ActiveCampaign, how many people open my emails. And in Google, we track some metrics manually, and I have a Google spreadsheet that has metrics. So every Friday, I use Google Calendar to send me a reminder email that says, Aaron, check these 3 links. So there's a spreadsheet link, there's an intake queue link, and there's a Call Hero link. And I can go check them real quick and get a great picture of the health of our business every Friday or whenever I want to. Now, all these things are great, and you may even have all these things, but you're missing one thing. And these things will not work unless you do this one thing, and that is execute. Okay, if you've recognized through this video what you don't have, comment below and let me know, and then go execute on it. Because only by executing and taking action are you actually going to get results and build a business that runs on autopilot, so you can travel around the country teaching your seminars, coaching people, spending time with your family at Disney, going on vacation without taking a pay cut, or even just spending more time at the gym, or just having the flexibility to see 9 to 15 patients a week and earn a couple $100,000 a year. You need systems, you need to build a team, and you should be using software because it's out there. And the investment to get these softwares running is small compared to the amount of time it's going to save you and the numbers of new patients it's going to bring and the amount of people you're going to help in your community. Put these in, execute, leave me a comment below, let me know what question you have. Be sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get access and notifications when we put out our next videos. If you're struggling with anything in your business, be sure you let me know. I'd love to help you. Check out the resources in the description below so you can get some more information, some free trials, and grow your business and help patients. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.